The Department of Correctional Services is regulated by the Correctional Services Act 111 of 1998. Today, I discuss what is an ideal correctional officer. According to books, an ideal correctional officer should embody the values of a particular correctional system. For this topic, since we are focusing on prisons in South Africa, which means it should be the Department of Correctional Services values, which are the hopes that the department instill in an official so that they can discharge them to offenders. I don't know how simple is that or how difficult is that. We'll get into that when we discuss other subjects of this matter. Now, it is the official who is to assist and facilitate the rehabilitation process of the offender. So, being ideal means being able to facilitate these processes without fear, without favor, and for one not to be or not to take sides, having favorite inmates over the others. It makes one to be ideal. That's according to the act, according to the books, not according to practicality. Because according to practicality, you deal with different behaviors. So it is the ability of a correctional official to reserve himself and to make sure that whatever the different type of behaviors that he faces from these inmates, that does not change him when it comes to him having to instill discipline and all those rehabilitation procedures. Now, an ideal correctional officer must have certain attitudes. In order for a prison guard to be considered ideal, perfect, the best one, one must be able to have certain attitudes towards work environment and executing his or her duties. So, according to the books or the act, one must serve with excellence. One must be principled in a way of relating to others. So, if you are calm when you speak to this offender who has been here for 25 years and knows you better than others, it doesn't mean that you have to be harsh on the new offender because they don't know you. So, being ideal means sticking to your own to certain principles that are put forward by these acts that regulates the department, all these procedures that are documented to form part of the rehabilitation process or processes, and all other informations that are there or information that is there on the policy documents. Now, above all these, one must have, and this is important, a caring attitude. Why? It's because inmates have or come from different backgrounds. I wanted to say inmates have money, but inmates comes from different backgrounds and they committed crimes under different circumstances and different crimes. So one must not be picky to say this inmate is a taxi boss or was a taxi boss. This one was an advocate, this one was a judge and things like that. You must treat them equally in executing your duties. Now, there are other definitions. There's a definition that I got from a certain French book. interpreted to English. It looks old, but the definition says an ideal correctional official should carry themselves at all times with a sense of professionalism and discipline that comes along with the position and the uniform. This is very important. It means that when you are a correctional officer, you must understand your role. You must understand the position that you occupy. And the way you dress, you must be neat, you must be well shaven, and look clean at all times. Now, there is another definition which I got from a book that I was reading from Netherlands on how they managed to change their correctional facilities into colleges and institutions of higher learning, because they are the best when it comes to rehabilitation. They describe an ideal correctional officer or official or prison warder, that side. And they say this person should maintain a high level of moral integrity and dedication to duty, honor, and selfless service. So all these definitions still bring us to one conclusion, that for one to be ideal, you must just look at your job description. What is it that is expected of you? And you do exactly such. You don't do more than that. You don't do less than that. Because it is defined that this is what a correctional officer should do. So if you don't do that, it means you're not ideal and you're not doing what the department expects from you. And if you do more than that, there's no bonus here. This is prison. Still, you are not doing what the department says you should do. So to be ideal, you must wear the uniform that you are given, wear it the way you were taught, and be clean, and make sure that in executing your duties, you don't do favors. I thank you.